In this video, I'm going to share you yet another reason why one of anything in your business is a very bad idea. In fact, this is one of the keys to building a long-term profitable business. And if you get this wrong, sooner or later, it's going to come back to bite you very hard. I could give you lots of examples of this, but today I'm going to talk about one that I saw in the paper today that should really frighten any business owner. About 12 months ago, as the global financial crisis really started to get going, the Australian government announced a range of measures to try and create jobs and to cut unemployment before Australia went down the track of a lot of overseas countries and really started to go into recession. One of the things they announced was they were going to insulate as many homes in Australia as they possibly could. So they announced a rebate of $1,600. Now bear in mind, they've been insulating houses in Australia for over 50 years, and one of the main materials, apart from fiberglass bats and wool, is reflective foil insulation. And they've had 50 years of installing this stuff without a major incident. No one's been killed. There's been a few people fall off roofs and things, but there's been no major incidents in the last 50 years. But naturally, because the government's announced virtually a blank cheque, hundreds of contractors sprung up overnight, in addition to the people who've been doing this for generations. And of course, in their efforts to get as many houses done as quickly as possible, these new contractors provided minimal training or no training. They had virtually no controls on what people were doing, and within a few months we've had 4 deaths doing this, because what's happened is a lot of untrained brand new people have been using steel staples in the ceilings of these houses to hold the insulation down, and they've been nailing these steel staples through electric light and power cables, and they've been getting electrocuted. Of course, everyone's blaming everybody else. The government's blaming the contractors are blaming the government, the families of the 4 young men who were killed are blaming the government, they're blaming the contractors, and everyone's trying to cover their butt. And because this thing's been allowed to grow out of control, with no regulation, contractors springing up everywhere, no training, and 4 people being killed, the government today announced they're going to ban the use of reflective insulation. Now that should drive a shiver down any business person's spine, because even though there have been dozens or even hundreds of contractors installing this reflective foil insulation for up to 50 years with no major incidents, a couple of rogue people have come into the industry, they've killed 4 young men, and the whole industry is going to be banned. Now if you're one of these people that's got $200,000, $400,000 worth of inventory of this reflective insulation, and you've got all these jobs booked in for the next 6 months, and you're no longer able to install that, you're probably going to go bankrupt. And it's through no fault of your own, it's a knee-jerk reaction by the government. So this is just another reason why being a one-trick pony in any industry or any business is a very bad idea. You can be put out of business through no fault of your own by a bunch of morons out for a quick buck. So today's action step: do whatever you can to diversify so that you're not held ransom if somebody else in your industry does something stupid and gets the whole thing banned. You may not think it's ever going to happen to you, and it may not, but I bet last week the guys in the reflective foil insulation industry thought that too. If you found this video helpful and you'd like to see 20 more just like it, just head on over to my website at localwebsolutions.com. I'll see you there.